early.
Yo, what's good, folks?
Back
We are
again.
back. Another episode of Early.
Real
Appreciate
early.
y'all getting up with us.
For sure, man.
Brooke, what's going on, bro?
Man, you know, life be lifing, but just staying consistent. But no,
Yeah.
everything's really been dope, bro. Like I've been
I feel
telling
like it's
you.
been a minute since we've been.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
for
saying, back on
sure,
here.
for sure, man. And
Yeah.
shit's been going good. I was telling you off air, man. It's crypto season, bull market back, and
Crypto's been going crazy
Yeah, man.
for the last couple months now.
Man, it's
shit,
crazy.
even more than that.
It's, right, exactly.
it's,
Like it's
crazy time.
It's been percolating kind of like towards the end of last year for real.
Yeah.
But kind of had me on some the alert by January. I said the
Yeah.
alert going off. What the fuck is? I said
You had,
I need to get back.
yeah.
I need my exposure back right.
I've been
Like,
watching like Bitcoin since it was.
We had an all-time
it
high,
shot.
yo.
Yeah,
I
I'm about to
don't
say
think
it
we
shot
even-
up to 70 like a couple months ago,
Yeah, we was
or maybe
at
a month ago.
78,
Shot up to like 70 something.
yeah.
But even before it did that, it shot up to like 60, and it was hovering around 60 for like a few days, and then that shit just kept going. I was like, damn, that's crazy. And then it's had like a couple of like little baby dips
for
since
sure.
then. So like
Yeah.
for the last like 2 months, it's been like hovering around 60, 70. So it's like either gonna go up from there or like settle around there, maybe
happenings
dip
coming
down to
in
like
April.
30. You know what I'm saying? But it was at like 18 this time last year. You know what I'm saying? Like it was,
Bro.
it definitely had like a surgence that was, you know what I'm saying, great to see.
And
But some of the joints around it, I mean, I guess the whole market, the whole economy of, you know what I'm saying, the whole crypto economy
Nah, 100%.
started to go up after that.
And now with the happening coming in April as well too, man. I'm
what?
Happening? The happening.
What's that? What is that exactly? I be hearing about
basically-
that, but I don't know what that
so
means.
the power that it takes the miners to use to actually to retrieve the Bitcoin,
Yeah.
it doubles. So every time it happens, so now, try to put it in layman's terms.
Yeah.
There's only 21 million supply. We're nearing the last of the supply that can be mined. Some
Yeah.
Bitcoin is lost in wallets, so
Yeah,
people
yeah,
that are dead
facts.
are
Yeah,
gone,
yeah,
or
facts,
will
yeah.
never, a lot of it are with the governments of the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have El Salvador, who's, their president is really looking like the man, because he made that crazy decision a little bit over a year ago to start buying Bitcoin with their currency, and their currency been back with Bitcoin, and as the currency is done a boost, else out, like they love him. He winning his election off top, but
weak.
yeah,
Because it ended up being the right decision.
he won it by like 8, just that he liked their version of how people viewed Barack, how people-
It's
how
giving
they
them
viewed
hope.
him. It's giving them hope.
Yeah.
Type shit. But yeah, so I've been fucking with that. Definitely had, more consistency at the job and shit like that. Learning new skill sets.
Yeah.
And like I was telling you, I love how transferable the skills that I'm learning at job be, like
Yeah.
operating robotic cameras, and floor directed, and I actually really like meeting the guests that come on our show, because I be having to prep them up and get them right sometimes when I'm doing floor directing. So that in itself is like this network opportunity.
There's a whole
It's really
thing
cool.
about being in that environment that is missed, and that's that, like being able to
The
have
news station,
conversations with just people who are really regular people. You know what I'm
100%,
saying? But you might not have that access to them, or any access to them. Out in a different environment. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
And it's like a lot of these people do service, like, work at a political news station. A lot of these people like do service like in the public sector. So these are not people that are like celebrities, or when we come in from entertainment or media industry, a lot of people want content of people, or let me shoot people. And a lot of people that actually like come onto the show and stuff like that, is more so doing community work, or work for an organization, or pushing this type of message, or things of that nature. So talking to them, it'd be so crazy how accessible these people are. Never mind me meeting them at the workplace. Like, no, you could really reach out to them and something.
But you wouldn't know why to, or you wouldn't know what, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know what they were like into
100%.
until like, unless you met them in a certain setting. You know what I'm
like
saying?
somebody might be on some like abortion, like fighting for the rights of abortion, and they run in this organization and locally, and you're like, oh wow, then
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And even if you were to see him out like in a Starbucks, you wouldn't think to ask like,
you
you do that, like, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the fuck.
There's no particular look to people and the things, the positions they occupy.
That part.
Just the other day, like had a Marine on, and he was, a part of this foundation where it's like, addressing the PTSD and the trauma that a lot of troops that coming back home face, and also getting them right, like, because sometimes they coming back to bad situations financially. So just having like the resources, shit like that. When we opened up like the callers was like mad vets were calling in, and they was just like so appreciative, like, yo, you're doing good. And that's another thing too, man. When people open up them lines and it's open forum, you're really getting like a real reflection of the world, like how people, well, not the world, more so U.S. like, right? Like
there's so many different types of people out there.
Man,
and
it's so funny.
Again, you would not ever know them in that context unless you like met them in that particular context. Like,
it's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even people that you walk by in the street every day,
100%.
You don't know like what they think about certain things. You know what I'm saying?
And and you just hear a voice. And
you
hear somebody like, yo, this is the West Coast. It's 7:30 in the morning over here. You are turned
like
up.
They're calling from the West Coast type shit.
You can see everybody where they're calling, the city, state, and whether, you know what I'm saying, which side they lean towards, or if it's a yes, no, or in the middle, seeing their thing. So you get it's screened. It's screened to a degree. And then when they come on, sometimes it's like, yo, somebody calling in from the West Coast, you're like, yo, this person is turned about this issue. I'm like, yo, you woke up to call and really get your. Sometimes people don't really get their shit on. Sometimes people, right, exactly. Sometimes it just be like, yo, like, you're mad, like, angry. You're like, yo, like, no, I'm MAGA. Like, man, y'all ruining the country. I'm like, yo, bro, relax.
I'm weak. So motherfuckers will come on. Some people will come on with, like, fighting energy.
Man, just turn.
Really?
Like, turn. It's so hilarious. Some people really try to have a conversation.
Do they be going back and forth? Like, say the person that's hosting, will they go back and forth with somebody?
So our hosts, no, it's always... I don't have a stance.
Oh, okay.
I don't lean anyway. This is for you.
So they're just reporting.
I'm always bouncing it to you. Like, just asking you a question.
Present questions?
Don't ask my opinion. My opinion is no. I don't have an opinion. But I ask you about why. But why you feel that way?
Yeah.
So, like, how do you feel about this then? You know what I'm saying? So you don't that type of shit. Just lead in the conversation. Don't worry about. So that shit is really dope. But yeah, just overall, just loving how I learn a lot, and I just find a lot of things are just transferable, in that type of station. So that's just been dope. What about yourself? What are you doing?
Shit, man. It's like tax time. So I've been just deep in finances. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's like, it's very interesting because depending on when you do your taxes, like people usually, I guess, will do it in like January, February. But preparing taxes for a business and then also trying to get my own taxes right,
it gets tedious.
It's like I feel like I've been dealing with tax type preparation and work for like 4 months, like since like maybe December, November. You know what I'm saying? But it's the reason I even like bring that up is because it's just like so interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? Like finances is so interesting to me. You know what I mean? It really is. You know what I'm saying? It's like the backbone of what not we just do as a society. Oh, I guess what we do as a society. You know what I'm saying? It's so interesting to me, and it's very interesting how it just like tells a story of what you're like, you know what I'm saying? If you're doing your taxes, like what your last year looked like, you know what I'm saying? But just in general, because like I've pretty much always paid attention to my finances. It just kind of always tells a story of like what's going on in particular times of my life, which is interesting. So like I've been really into just like being on top of that. And thinking about it, so I'm like listening to a lot of like financial content, shit like that. So yeah, that's just been.
And it's different. I know it's different on your end too, because as a business owner, it's like there's a lot of things that you have to consider as opposed to just like an individual just filing like your taxes. Like, yo, I have to. Company, I'm sure you have a lot of different types of differences in terms of how you go about that. Yeah, so like the reason it's been so like prevalent in life right now is because
I'm looking at taxes from all different kinds of angles. You know what I'm saying? So it's really interesting. I'm looking at it from all different kinds of angles, and then from a business standpoint, it really it tells the story of like what your business is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, you can manipulate it and you can see it. You can make changes in your business, and you can see the results of it in the finances, good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Like it's interesting. Yeah.
In terms of your tax preparation last year, are there any things that you've done in order to like benefit yourself this year forward, or tweaks that you've done? You know, when people sometimes they say like sometimes you get with a tax agent or just there's ways like, oh, I haven't been taking advantage of certain things. Have you ever found any things of that within your business, or is it just more so just like just making sure it's accounted for, or like have you found things are like, oh wow, how come I haven't been doing this before type of thing?
Absolutely, dog. Like absolutely. Right. Like hella shit. So for one, to answer your one question about like, have I found things that I just didn't know about? Yeah. Right. There's a lot of things. It's all, what's interesting is that it's all in the tax code, but like I don't have time to read the tax code. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. So what I will say is I never filed my own taxes before. I've always hired somebody to file my taxes. Right. But this year I filed my own taxes. Okay. So in that you see what they want you to put in. So then you start to go and look for all of that stuff. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. In me running a business, I've always accounted for like things that we pay for it by categories. You know what I'm saying? Because when I deliver our financial statements to our accountant, it's got to be like categorized so he knows how to fill out our taxes. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Claim deductions and all this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I've always known to categorize things, but I never knew why until I filled out the taxes. I just always did it. Now I saw the why of it. You know what I'm saying? So now it makes me think, okay, it makes me see all of the things that are write-offs. You know what I'm saying? Because I know most of them based on what we've already categorized for a business, but now I'm seeing like things that we just never categorized, things like, that I didn't know about. Yeah, I'm like, I know, like we like there's this, there's that, there's this, that like this is that. You know what I'm saying? Like exactly. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing things, but it's just like I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So there's a whole bunch of things like that. Same thing with personal. You know what I'm saying? Because Nation Entertainment is a business as well. So like with my personal taxes, it's the same situation because I have an LLC. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things get deducted. Like I saved so much on taxes this year. You know what I'm saying? Like so much, which I have all the time, but I again just would prepare my shit and give it to the accountant. You know what I'm saying? So like
100%.
I was seeing, oftentimes he wouldn't come back to me and be like, did you do any of this? Because these are write-offs too. Sometimes he would just take what I gave him.
Job off of what you did, and you know what I'm saying? Do it, but we're not really getting to the nitty-gritty of how we.
Because I don't know. Because like also like you have to know what 100%. To ask for and what to. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Where things need to go and all that type of stuff. So like I know way more now than I knew going into it. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's just so interesting to me.
What made you do the shift anyways? Why did you decide to do it this year if you've been cool with always?
Yeah. You know, that's a good question. I think I saw a YouTube video on like filing your own taxes, and I was like, I clicked it. I was listening to it. I was in the car, and then I'm just like listening to the beginning of it. I was like, oh, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? So then I just pause it, and then I like when I get home, I just follow it. It did take me like a couple of days, but just because like I didn't have everything together.
All in all, he was like, "This seems like this would benefit me."
Yeah, and as I started and got down the road of it, I was like, "Oh no, like I want to know more." Like you know what I'm saying? I want to see more and all this type of stuff. So yeah, that was really cool. And then outside of that, shit, man, been. You know, keeping up with the hobbies, playing a lot of tennis, you know what I'm saying, working out, shit like that. Yeah, let's get into some of the things that have been going on, like, out there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
around the way,
first of all, like, road, you know? I heard about this, about the fucking bridge collapsing in Baltimore. Yeah, what was that, yesterday? That is scary as fuck to think about, bro. Like, driving by and like driving off the bridge, you know what I'm saying? Like driving down it. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, it was crazy to just even see as soon as it made impact, boom, that bridge. I was like,
I couldn't watch the video, honestly.
Effect. I was like, boom. I was like, yo, that shit is gone.
Did that shit hit it like smack in the middle?
I remember it hit not smack in the middle. It hit a leg on towards one side of it.
Yeah.
But just went right into that support leg. And man, when that shit tumbled.
Okay, so it hit the support leg of it. It didn't hit the I haven't I'm not able to watch that video because I'm so scared of this happening in real life. I mean, not in real life. It happened in real life. But like, if I'm on a bridge, I hate bridges.
And I'm sure you've drove on that bridge. Like, I've definitely drove on the Francis many times.
I hate bridges for the simple fact of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the thought of this happening, I'm like, I don't even want to see it. Like, but so it hit one of the support beams of it, and then it just comes down.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. But hopefully, I mean, last I heard there was like people still missing in the ocean.
And hopefully it's just now unfortunately it's just a matter of just making sure you just find everybody so people have that closure, get a body, do whatever they want to do. But you already, presuming that everybody dead, but now you're just trying to see how many people. Like how many people were even on that bridge? Who knows? So that's a very interesting thing. How you even go accounting for that, right?
Yeah.
Like how do you know if somebody was on that bridge? And nobody knows they were there.
Yeah.
Very, it's very crazy. It's very crazy.
Then you basically just got to go search the ocean for a little bit.
It's nuts. It's nuts. That's crazy, man. So that first and foremost, that's really crazy. But then after we talk about lives being lost, when you think about the trickle effect of it as well. Just for the economy, I was telling you as well.
Did traffic get like backed up from that? Well, I'm sure it did, but like,
bro. I mean, that shit
have you seen that side of town? Like, is traffic crazy over there?
That shit literally connects like the city, bro.
Yeah.
Like now, the fact that the more convenient way. Or not even the convenient way. This is the way.
This is the way. Yeah. This is the. I was about to say, like, is there another bridge that motherfuckers got to go?
Everybody has to go to
another bridge. Yeah.
Everybody knows there's an alternative route, but that shit is going to be nasty. I don't know any like estimate or anything like that, but I wouldn't be surprised if niggas commute just jumped like 2 hours. Literally.
Yeah.
Not even like on both sides collective. Like, you're going one way, probably 2 hours, maybe an hour 30
add an hour 30 minutes to it. Yeah.
And
that could be throughout the day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Not
like at any time.
People at work. No,
yeah. You can't go in the afternoon or like late at night or like late at night. That's what it is.
And there's a huge Amazon shipping center that's stationed also in Baltimore too. So I don't know how like that. I think it's just very interesting to see how supply chains overall get affected because, this being a major port where they actually get all types of goods and all types of shit. I can't even imagine all the things that come in on the port. So that's just closed while they're trying to clean debris and, investigate and try to find the people. Yeah. So that's just closed.
Do you think they're going to rebuild this shit?
I think they have.
Well, yeah, I guess you have to. What am I talking about?
They have to, but
how long does it take to?
Man, imagine like the background of this all, right? The funding, the money doesn't just
appear,
right? So like, but it's gonna have to happen.
Yeah.
So what does that happen? What bread does that take funding away from? What things that were about to maybe happen are like that's dead. We got to close that. Like the funding got to go here.
This is crazy.
It's so wild. Like how shit like this. Yeah, man. It's crazy, bro. Very, 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 very crazy. Very crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I feel, the people that like might have lost their lives in this, scenario is crazy.
Come on, bro. Like, come on.
That's sad to think about.
What the fuck you think I'm thinking this on this bridge, bro? I'll be on probably work. If I'm working on this bitch every day, bro.
Yeah.
Why am I thinking? And then even if they did get the alert, so they trying to evacuate, make sure they close it so no cars go on.
Yeah.
It's like maybe them niggas even thinking that it ain't gonna do that though.
Yeah.
That, though.
We're taking a precautionary measure for them. Yeah.
Not even no time to spare. It's done.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
Can't even hop in your car and like drive off that motherfucker real quick.
The farther end,
that you can maybe run towards the edge. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Man.
Really crazy.
RIP to anybody that might have lost their lives.
Bro,
I don't know
for sure.
I heard a couple of people were rescued from that, but definitely not. I think it was like 2 out of 8 that might have been I guess reported to have gone in the ocean. That's crazy though.
Yeah, but shit was really crazy. It was a crazy news cycle overall, man.
Yeah.
Crazy news cycle.
I'm trying to think. Did you hear about this? This is something I heard about like literally today.
Yeah.
Apple being sued by the US government for becoming a monopoly. Did you hear about this?
No, I didn't hear about that.
You did not?
I didn't hear about that, but it's kind of funny.
I think I'm gonna look this up real quick because I feel like this is very interesting.
Yeah, it's funny. Governments I feel like governments, get to the point they're just like, these private companies, they really have more power than us, and it's like we have to find ways where it's like gotta reel that in or be able to put a way to
they gotta do something
because the companies really ruling the world. I mean, literally, as you bring this up, right?
Yeah, we
can even talk about how this TikTok ban really is a real thing.
TikTok also being banned. Tell me about this because I be hearing about it, but I don't know too much about it.
Yeah, so I mean, really, they're just trying to. So I think. Don't quote me. It's either one or the other, but like I think the House of Representatives. I think
we could look that up too.
Yeah,
honestly.
right. I think the House of Representatives, like they passed overwhelmingly that TikTok needs a ban, or like basically they post to China, you need to agree to the censor laws that we have for this shit, or this shit is getting banned, and overwhelmingly went like, yes, like that's what we need to do. So now it's going to go up to Senate and they're going to have the vote again. And if that passes the same type of way, then that's the type of shit that's actually going to go into effect. They're going to be like, yo, China, we need to get into whatever API and we need to be able to control this shit. If you're not going to give us the control, we're shutting down this whole U.S. market. People are going to have to obviously do the private VP, like do the most if they want to be doing shit. People always find a way. You can never say no. I'm about to say and be like, okay, no, we're gonna do what we want.
Like, all right,
it's gonna, but that's gonna be very crazy, right? Like, imagine, you're posting
illegally getting on TikTok.
Yo, you posted on TikTok. This shit is illegal, bro. We coming for you.
Ain't that crazy?
Nuts. It ain't like LimeWire back in the day. Like, come and find me. I'm down with this music.
Facts.
This shit is it's kind of nuts, bro. And so that's what I think about when you talk about this Apple. It's kind of like, our government is kind of like, yo, what the fuck is happening? Like,
they had said
we need to get a grip on all of this shit. And it's just like, bruh, it's really beyond you. Y'all are like very.
To me, I'm interested. I'm curious because if I remember correctly, some of the things that they said Apple was doing was basically they were saying that they're making it essentially uncool to use other phones. Like the guy.
So you're mad that we're using our marketing dollars to make our product look lit?
In some, believe it. What he was citing was like how you know what I'm saying. If you send a text message to a non-iPhone,
just that,
you know what I'm saying. Nigga was literally on some. He was literally on some. People like. He said something about like Tim Cook saying that somebody had asked him, well, he was basically saying he had trouble texting his mom because she didn't have an iPhone or something like that. He was like, buy her an iPhone. I was like, how is the government getting involved in these kinds of things with companies? I'm not saying like, I mean, honestly, I feel like as a company, maybe I might eat my words one day, but as a company, if people want the product that you're buying, like you can get as big as you want. Like I don't understand how this is possible to claim that they're a monopoly when there's other phone companies. People don't want those phones.
Well, I feel like again, there's a lot of shit that like deep into the surface we can't see. Like people, you know, there are lobbyists and people that fund campaigns and things like this. So sometimes I feel like sometimes people gotta assume type of positions. It's like, yo, I can't be for the private company.
Yeah.
Gotta shit on you. But like, if I wasn't in this position, I'd probably like, you know, the funny thing is everybody probably has the stock. And, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
Like that's the ironic thing about it all. It's kind of like, yo, bro, you want to profit off of the gains of this company, but you actually want to be like, we want to dictate how you go about doing that. Though. Yeah. And it's kind of like you can't have it both. Like this is why people love to, you know.
It says DOJ says Apple violates antitrust laws by blocking rivals from accessing hardware.
Yeah, because that's just proprietary. That's what you do when you have an advantage. So now they're trying to make a competitive advantage illegal.
Yeah. They were saying something about how like, oh, if you have an Apple Watch, you can't hook it up to other phones, and if you have a different kind of smartwatch, they make it hard to hook it up to their phone. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
sounds like a you problem, or like go ahead and join.
But it's
team,
also that's what I'm saying. It's like as a business, why would I support you? You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't I want you to just use our different products if we have those 100%. Other products that you're looking for? You know what I'm saying?
I think we just have maybe this collective, like, we don't want to be subjugated to this one brand or feel like, yo, this shit runs all of our shit, even though that is the reality pretty much.
But I think people willingly do all of this. When it comes to Apple, people willingly buy Apple products for all of their products, all of their electronic needs.
I just think for a government, right? I think that they're on some, I don't like the fact that everybody in this fucking room has an Apple phone. Everybody has Apple, and they're like, yo, this is a fucking business that's just profiting off of us. Like, I feel like they're like, what do you do for, like,
what do y'all do for us? I'm weak.
Right. So I always feel like it's always a matter, like, you say this, you say that, but it's not like you really want that. It's like, cut in some of the
I'm weak.
Period. Fund this, do that.
They said, or we're gonna give us some kickback and you won't hear from us anymore.
We're gonna make it illegal. We're gonna, all of this shit.
Because I'm saying,
I'm sure Apple makes a lot of money off of TikTok in itself.
They said it down 4% in the last 3 days. 4.5%.
But it's gonna go. They can't hold it down.
No, you
but
can't.
It's like,
of course,
but it's like Apple. I'm sure they make a lot of money off TikTok in itself. The government. That's even like a fuck you to Apple. I would think. But taking TikTok off.
Oh yeah,
this shit is bad. But with TikTok though, a lot of them are not just off some. We need to cut. A lot of them, they really feel like TikTok is ruining kids, and like
TikTok is an interesting animal.
A lot of and I'm not. I would.
TikTok is an interesting animal for sure.
That's the perfect way to say it. I'm like, bro, I see both sides. TikTok is a very, very resourceful, very useful app. Very tough.
How many people do you think on there really learning?
I think.
Think about the actual. Think about the whole demographic.
On a whole basis, bro. On a whole basis, sure. I don't know about that. I just do know people do use TikTok to learn.
I'm sure you know people because I know people, but we're more of an older generation where we do try to use our resources to learn.
It's not meant for
Many other people really are just being entertained, especially children. Think about when we were kids. We were only trying to be entertained. 100%, you know what I'm saying? If people had to like sneak learning into entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like Schoolhouse Rock and shit like this. You know what I'm saying?
And there's weird types of entertainment. There's types of content that it's kind of like, I don't want you watching. It's just like, I don't want you watching this. Like, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah. It could not, it don't got to have like nudity or cussing, but it could be just like, it could still be like crazy.
Any of that to be on some, No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Million likes, million shares. No.
And that shit spreading like wildfire.
No, bro. Yeah, there's a lot of shit on TikTok I am not fond of at all. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's weird because I'm not opposed. Like, I'm like, all in all, I wouldn't be mad on a ban. I'm not here saying we need to ban it. I use TikTok. It's useful. But if y'all ban it, I'm not tripping.
You're not going to be outside trying to protest
and I would probably be like, probably better off without it.
Yeah. It's a net positive.
That's my sentiment.
It's a net positive.
It's very clutch, but hey, I'll get rid of that shit. I wouldn't mind. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna fight for it. But
would you vote for somebody that was running on a banned TikTok platform? Like hypothetically speaking, like are you for the banning of TikTok? Like, would you put it on your ballot as like for or against? Yeah, if you had to pick a side.
I'll go say ban it.
Yeah,
I'll say ban it. I'll say ban it. I'll say ban it. But again, it's not like why ban it? No, we should. I'll be like, bruh, relax. Like,
I'm also not gonna fight for the banning of it.
I'm not like one of these like Apple. No, like I'm not gonna say that. You know, but because I know it's a net positive for a lot of people, but I just think overall, you know, with a lot of apps, you know, there is no disclaimer to shit. You just jump right in and get to, you know, and a lot of this shit too, it don't even be sometimes the content, be the conversations that are held on
around
that very
it.
Content right there for you. And that shit be very crazy, and you know,
that's bro.
Very malleable,
you said you said
imagine your
that
kid
the call-ins
type of things are like, it's like, yo, bro.
You said the call-ins are like a good model of just like general America or the world.
So,
comment sections, like dog. Comment sections be. Right. It's like damn. Yeah. Very
even
very
though it's
crazy.
This bubble of the world. It's like it's a lot of this is a big bubble. Right here. Big bubble,
and a lot of different, especially on TikTok, because the way things can just TikTok, go viral.
Different.
Like any and everybody from any and everywhere can see your shit.
They was making that app, man.
Right now, you know what I'm saying?
It's like a little bit of Vine, a little bit of Snap, a little bit of Instagram comments. You know, a little bit of all that, like a little bit of the Twitter, like just. All of the apps where it's like, yo, bro, the dopamine going crazy on this motherfucker, and their algorithm in terms of, I'll show you another one. So like their algorithm shitting on, and
it's like
they're giving you relevant.
And it's like, yo, like we know you'll find this interesting in some way or another. In some way or another, you'll find this interesting. You could be somebody that's into sports, gardening, food, and politics, and you'll get all four of those in like a span of 30 seconds. You'll probably
swipe out quicker out of every app than TikTok. TikTok, like, it keep me a little bit on average, keep me a little longer. Like, and even shit that you didn't even know you like. It'll like show you some shit and you'll be like, what is this about? What is this about? No.
And then it'll show you, and then you'll just like you'll swipe past it, right? The next time you come on, it'll show you that something like that again. You know what I'm saying? Or show you something from that same exact person from the last time that you stayed a half a second longer on. That shit is funny now. Now that I'm breaking it down, that shit is actually they're geniuses.
Yeah, man.
They're geniuses.
You know what I'm saying? It's by design.
It's crazy because I've actually seen a lot of content by people who used to work at these like social media companies, and they talk about how the teams that you think they have researching this aspect of human behavior, right? The amount of people that you think they have working on it, double that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the amount of money you think they're spending on research and development and shit like that, double that, bro. Like it's so much is going into just like fucking with or trying to understand and somewhat manipulate. No, not even somewhat manipulate 100%. People's like behavior and attention spans and dopamine and all that type of stuff.
People don't even understand. I mean, now AI is becoming popular. It's because it's something.
Now it's like machine learning.
Now it's something exactly
it's learning on top of it.
But these things have been available to now consumers in the recent years, where you can literally like use it yourself and interact. But it's like, don't be fooled. These products have been running behind the scenes for a while now. And people, kind of to your point, these algorithms, there are people in these AI departments literally working and making sure these things are curated to literally act in that way. It's not random.
And now I'll even say,
it's not like, bro, I'm like, bro, this is exactly how Apple have me in the Matrix. I'm like, I know even when I Instacart, I'm like, why the fuck I'm getting ads for Tillamook ice cream? I just scanned it an hour ago. Why am I getting ads on IG for Tillamook ice? Yo, I get my whole list through ads on IG. I be like, yo, Instacart. I never thought to. I be like, are y'all like selling the data? I'm like, yo, y'all selling the data? Like,
oh, absolutely.
I'm like, I'm like, 100%. I'm like, cause y'all literally market it like I'm the nigga that's shopping. It's not me. I promise it's not me.
They don't gotta know nothing about you. They just gotta know your habits.
It's on your phone.
And your perceived habits. Like if you do it, oh, he does this. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's the most hilarious. Like the products they'll throw to me, I'll be like, bruh.
That makes me think though, like all of this smoke that TikTok and Apple are getting, what's like? Why does nobody worried about Amazon? Not to say that they're not worried about Amazon, but like Amazon, I feel like that's got the biggest monopoly, and they actually have like documented tactics of like buying out competition and pricing shit to like price out competition. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like this. They got like real monopoly behavior.
Yeah, but they're kind of more in of a. They're more entrenched in that. They're more entrenched in that necessary evil, if you will, for lack of.
Oh, it's like we actually need these things.
Around this.
We actually need these things. Yeah. And actually, I do want it today.
And then, I mean, consumers rocking with us forever because they always right. We make sure we got it in their best interest. Yeah. We make sure same day we'll refund them.
But that's what I'm saying. Like with Apple, like they're just taking care of the consumer. And like Apple's biggest fans are its consumers. Like those are the people that go the hardest for it. Like Apple don't even really got a campaign for itself anymore.
But it's like, but where are you getting everything for your Apple, your case, your headphones, your replacement? I feel like Amazon's Apple like Store? no matter what, no matter when I'm there,
they got everything.
The other ones can't say like no matter when I'm there. Yeah. Like I'm in your phone, I'm in your bathroom, I'm in your bedroom, I'm in your office, I'm in your wardrobe, I'm in your computer room. Like I'm way more omnipotent, you know. So I feel like Amazon's more of it's just even larger. It's like damn, like in that way, it's like damn.
I hear that,
you know. But Amazon, Amazon, mind you, does get them complaints from the little guy per se, right? Or like the small business where it's like, yo, bro, like you're selling all the product, you get it in every market. Yeah. I can't sell shit anymore. So, but that's more so of the government, like Hey,
but what I think Amazon did,
Amazon's actually even a wholesaler, even for the small business.
I was literally gonna say is that they got the people, they got the shit where you can sell shit off Amazon.
Talk about monopoly. It's really
you can make your own store on Amazon and sell shit out of there.
You could say monopoly, but then somebody else will say, "Niggas, checkmate, nigga. This is a lay of the land. This is it."
He said, "I won. It's over." He said the game is already over. What are you talking about? The game is already over. It's too late to call monopoly.
That's it. That's how Amazon rocking, man.
So now it's called Amazon. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's just crazy because they even got like I was gonna say the AWS is a whole thing. I feel like governments run on AWS. Like, what are we talking about?
We run it.
Like it's
your
crazy.
Website, we run it. We're running it. Like it's
crazy.
The data kings, man.
Let's get into some sports talk before we get out of here, man.
For sure.
Nice. I don't think I've seen you since the whole Russell Wilson and Justin Fields going to the Steelers.
Okay, move for sure.
First of all, like how do you feel about that move? Let's start there.
Yeah, like. We're speaking.
Who do you like it for? Do you like it for Russell Wilson? Do you like it for Mike Tomlin? Or do you like it for Justin Fields?
I like it for the Steelers and Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Steelers won. Steelers did win. They're able to.
Did they get him for $1 million or $9 million? $1 million. Russell Wilson.
Or maybe like 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
like 1.9 or something like that. I think it was.
Paying that check this year, so.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
They got that. That's risk free. You get a Super Bowl. Super Bowl winner. You get somebody that is caught flack over a weird situation, over a team that didn't really even want them over the past 2 years, and they automatically upgrade. And you also have your security blanket for the future in Justin Fields. Yeah, I understand.
And you got him in a situation where he don't gotta rush into nothing. It's very. If I'm Justin Fields, I might feel away because I've been a starter my whole career. Like, what are you talking about? Come off the bench, or what are you talking about? Like, back up Russell Wilson.
Right.
But if I could talk to Justin Fields, I'm like, dog, like, this is a good situation. Honestly, you should. This is what your situation should have been coming out of. Like up to this point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Not to say that you didn't have good flashes of being, a good starting quarterback, but
no,
I've kind of been on this hill for a minute. It really don't matter who the first string quarterback. I mean, who the rookie quarterback is. I feel like all rookie quarterbacks could benefit from not going in situations where they have to start.
And
you know what I'm saying?
This is the thing. No quarterback should be subjected to having to be a savior in their rookie year.
Yeah,
that's not right.
Yeah,
that's not.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
even like, look, bro, it's a true rebuild. Let them learn what it even means to be a quarterback. This is the guy for the team moving forward. But You can find a starter, somebody that's like, if you want to rebuild, you can't be picky. Find somebody that's going to be a decent starter that can just game management, right? At the bare minimum, if you can find that, and let prime that quarterback up. Now, kind of like what you're saying with Justin Fields, it's kind of one of those, sleep on it, bro. I know it kind of feel a little weird. Sleep on it.
This is unfamiliar territory.
And you realize that, okay, I'm not just behind anybody. I am behind.
And you're on a good team.
I am behind Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I am going to a team that actually has culture.
Yeah.
Actually, if you want to compare,
this is a team you want to be a part of.
To a team that had no culture to a team that has a culture. You want to talk about? I had 4 different coaches in my tenure in fucking Bears.
Did he?
Fucking yeah. 4.
Wait, he's been there for 4 years.
3.
3. Okay.
3. And
4 coaches. That's crazy.
And fucking, I have a coach who's been here for the past 17.
Yeah.
And now we're talking like everything.
And he knows what he's doing. He went to the playoffs last year with 3 different quarterbacks.
Like, more than likely, Russell could be there maybe 2 years, but more than likely just this year.
I see him being there for like a year.
So
unless he has like some crazy amount of success or something like that.
If they just gel.
Yeah.
If they just rock out, and
if that's the situation,
Russell,
I can see him coming back for. Then they got to reassess what's going to go on.
But then it's still a matter of, look, bro, this is gonna just be a Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers thing. We're gonna ride this maybe for 2-3, and I don't care. You're right there.
Yeah.
You're young as shit, bro. We don't care.
Young as shit. You got plenty of time.
Right, we're not,
and this could probably extend your career. You know what I'm saying? Like,
100%.
Yeah. If I'm Justin Fields, I would look at the positives of the situation.
Not placeholder. You're gonna learn.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn.
Yeah.
Actually.
And then if anything happens to Russell Wilson, God forbid, like you're right there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So it worked for the Steelers. It's truly a win.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Steelers are the biggest winners out of this. But
100%.
Is there any other teams that you feel like have had a good offseason thus far? I didn't really dig into free agency too much.
Yeah, they got that safety from the Ravens. That was really clutch. I forgot his name's not coming up top. But Steelers really having a good offseason. I'm happy that the Buccaneers. We also re-signed our safety. We also gave Baker the deal.
I was wondering
3 year
what they were thinking about that.
3 year $100 million. It's kind of like it's more so of a bro.
$100 million for Baker Mayfield. Yeah, I mean, no. Don't. First of all, shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to him because I feel like he did have a strong end to the year.
It's fair for the market.
Yeah,
it's fair for the market. Okay. It's not in the it's not top 5.
Where did Kirk Cousins get?
Kirk Cousins. Now we can talk about Kirk.
Where did Kirk Cousins get?
Kirk broke the market yet again.
Did he?
Kirk Cousins' agent needs to go to the motherfucking Hall of Fame. With it, like him.
With it.
No. I was about to say with Cousins.
Yeah, on his own. On his own.
He has to win a bowl if he wants that.
Yeah,
but
you're saying Kirk Cousins add a Super Bowl to his current resume, and he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, because his stats. Okay. His stats.
He's had good seasons. He's had good.
He's added it up. Added it up. But off the
Kirk Cousins. That's crazy.
ACL tear.
Achilles.
Right?
I think it was Achilles.
Off the Achilles tear, to finesse a 4-year, $150 million, $100 million guaranteed. He did it again.
Yeah,
he did it again.
What did he get? He got something crazy from the Vikings, didn't he?
84 guaranteed. That 3 years said that
with the Vikings,
time, and he resigned again and got bread. But he at the time
because he got franchise tagged or something.
He got franchise with. This is the thing. The Skins kind of they made his market that way. Because the franchise tag, they let him go because they're like, we're not about to pay you 30, but you franchise tagged him 2 years in a row. So you said that you should have just gave him a contract.
Yeah,
that was the big slip up for
this
that franchise.
Guy. Kirk Cousins has tried. I wonder, compared to other quarterbacks, I wonder how much money he's made, like where it ranks.
Yeah,
how much money he's made.
He's in he's like
top five
all time. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Career earnings, and it's like the names are like Cousins.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like. It's got to be like Peyton Manning, like
third. And Russell's also up there too.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, because his last joint before this one was crazy.
Yeah. All you gotta do is play your cards right, and you could. Because like for like you said, like maybe not even a Hall of Fame career, like a good career, like a good career. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Because he's made Atlanta is starving.
Yes,
they have weapons.
Yeah.
Cousins probably gonna hit the ground running.
Are you surprised they're giving up on Ritter so quickly?
Gonna unlock. No.
He didn't look like nothing.
No.
He looked like nothing to get.
No.
This was his first season?
Good backup.
Good backup.
It was maybe, I think
this was his first season?
First season is
as a starter?
Full starter.
Yeah.
I think he started towards the end of the other season.
Yeah.
But then this was his first full season. Nah, bro. Nah.
Yeah. We're good. We've seen what we need to see.
We've seen enough.
Yeah.
This is, another franchise.
I didn't really watch much Atlanta football this year, but like I didn't really see much from him. But I was
franchise
curious.
That's kind of like in a bad way. Now you got restarted the Giants, losing Saquon, and now you just have Daniel Jones. And Daniel Jones, they don't believe in him.
Yeah.
He's not the guy.
You
gave him,
but they gave him a lot of money. Yeah,
I mean, no Saquon. We'll see now. You'll see what you have for real. It's not a good look with the end date. The fact that Cowboys couldn't finesse Saquon, he went to the Eagles. That's really good.
Yeah, now you see him twice a year.
It's really good for the Eagles, man. Really good. He stayed in the division. It's really good. I like that a lot for them.
I'm trying to think. Did they make any other moves? The Eagles? I mean, that offense was already stacked. Now you add Saquon Barkley to that. That's crazy.
Yeah, they lost Swift though, so that's why it's clutch.
Yeah. But Swift was. I think he was only there for 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, but he was. He's
a good player. I remember him in Detroit more than. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, facts.
Don't matter now. So the NFL is definitely a lot of things have been happening within this offseason for sure. So I'm definitely. Season's gonna be turned. Definitely can't wait.
And then the draft is still like on its way. I'm looking forward to seeing where people like
Marvin Harrison
Jr. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm looking forward to seeing where he goes.
There's a lot of different quarterbacks, so we'll see where they go. See who's thirsty. There'll always be that team that gets the gem. There'll always be that team that was thirsty.
Yeah,
just like
but the Bears Bears in going all in on what seeming to be like Caleb Williams.
I think they're gonna make an ass of themselves again. I really believe it, bro. Because look what we're talking about.
We're talking about
drafting him to throw him into the fire. Right?
Yeah.
Aren't we just saying you should start? They don't have a quarterback there. They're going to want him to start, and they're doing it again.
And they don't even have like a good team around that. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know. I don't know what they look like around that.
The team's okay, but even the guys on that team,
but they're not a quarterback away.
I forgot who it was on what show they're on, but I think like one of their linebackers, shit like that, or the receiver.
Oh, who left there? The linebacker that left there?
Nah, he's on the Bears, and he was just saying. Just talking about how they see how he been moving. Like, he Hollywood and shit. He moving. We know he out there at USC. Moving on high. We gonna let him know off top. Yeah, they gonna let him.
He's talking about Caleb.
He's like, when he coming here,
cut all that out.
Yeah,
he said that.
But we gonna fill him out though. We definitely gonna give. But
Oh, he said this on a show.
Yeah, I was like, it's funny. Like, I mean, I appreciate it just being transparent. It's like I'm sure
if that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
But I'm sure there's that hazing thing that goes on with like rookies,
being a rookie,
just kind of like a rookie.
You still can't just, even though you're the quarterback, you still can't just come in there thinking like you're the on some
sports, bro. It's 52 people in that lot. Like, bro, we gotta believe you, the nigga.
Yeah, any given Sunday type shit, Willie Beeman type shit.
You gotta really believe you him. 100%. It's a big thing, Like Lamar, imagine how everybody in that locker room, even though they fell short, everybody in that locker room like, bro, that's my quarterback.
I'm weak.
I'm going to war with Lamar. I don't give a fuck. Same with Mahomes. You know how they ride it. You know what I'm saying? Now, Allen, are they riding for you?
I don't know. He elite, but like,
Are they riding? I don't know. Like, so it's interesting because it's. So,
what do you think is the difference?
Like that.
With Allen and the other two guys, the results.
It's the results.
I mean, the Ravens haven't gotten too far either.
Yeah, but
arguably the Bills have gotten farther than the Ravens over the collective last like 4 years.
But with the Ravens, they would tell you, this nigga's saving us. Do y'all not? They would say like
what we would be without him.
Right. Like, yo, this bro really coming. Like, do you see what he doing? I'm not going to let y'all talk about my quarterback. That's more so what their argument would be.
Not Josh Allen?
Nah, I feel like the Bills are feeling more so on sometimes like, yo, bro, you wildin', like chill, like because like with the picks, or like that type of shit.
He gets reckless with the football.
Again, when I say that don't mean like, yo, we need to check. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's just like how you command the shit, and like the Bills, y'all have been having these aspirations for a minute now. The team not getting these new additions, so everybody kind of getting
starting to get lukewarm. It's starting to get lukewarm over there.
That coach, he on the hot seat. This is gonna be his last for real. This is gonna be his last season before real changes are made. Yeah. Hopefully they keep Diggs, but I know he not the most happy.
I heard he's a little disgruntled.
Right. So who knows how that ends up? If he stayed there, I think I definitely think you got to keep him, but also I did notice when they got a new offensive coordinator in the middle of the season, he became more of a diversion, and they were winning games and shit like that. Josh Allen was running, but it just I'm like Stephon Diggs need that rock. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You got to throw him the ball. He's not really there to be a diversion. He's not that type of receiver. He's not either. And he's still in his prime. You gotta get the most out of his prime that you got left right now. You gotta get it. So so we'll see how that happens. But also the shit that I've been tuning into, bro, is the NBA season, bro.
Oh yeah,
it's fucking a crunch in the West right now.
I was just about to say the West is looking so
I am loving it. I'm
close knit, while the East is like the Celtics are kind of running away with at least the first spot. But
the East, the teams in the East though that are like, yo, we're in it, are like, yo, the Cavs are good.
Cavs are good.
The Magic,
the Magic are
good, man. They're
Knicks
a fourth seed. The Knicks are good. Like, yo, it looked different in the
Magic,
East, right?
The Magic, I'm happy that they're looking good, right? Absolutely.
He's a guy, man.
I feel like we gotta see what a playoff version of them looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like, they give me like Hawks vibes, like Hawks a couple years ago vibes. Like it's like we're happy that at least me, I'm happy that they're making noise, and I love Paolo as a player. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that the Mags are making noise. I like when young teams, kind of like the Rockets in the West right now. You know what I'm saying? But like,
yes.
I don't know. I like what the Magic are doing, but I want to see what they do in the playoffs.
Look, I'm glad you brought up
before I get too excited.
This is the thing. I'm more so on some man. Y'all playing with house money. Yeah. Y'all fourth seed in the playoffs. This season is a win. Yeah. The season is a win. Yeah. Not expecting y'all niggas to make no, but if y'all do, like, wow. But I'm more so on something. Y'all change the culture and the expectations y'all have of yourselves moving forward, and I think that's huge. I think the Magic have had a decade plus gap ever since Dwight left of being irrelevant.
Yeah, facts. So now they're back in relevancy.
You have, and it's not just Paolo. You got some players on there. Yeah. Franz Wagner's a dog. His brother is a dog. Good. Yeah. Fucking Cole Anthony and Jalen Suggs. Got defensively, they top 3 in the league, I think, defensively. Like, so that's made a big difference. And the one thing that surprised me about Paolo is how much of a playmaker he is. He
does a lot of things.
He does a lot. I did not know he was a dimer like that. That shit kind of threw me in a good way. I'm like, wow, okay, didn't know y'all had that in him. So that's just really tough, and he looking like a real one for the future. So I like that a lot. Also, who else? We're talking about the Cavs. Yo, I think, now with the Knicks playing how they're playing and the Nets falling off the face, and it's looking like, we thought it might have been interesting. It's like, yo, they're going to have to blow that up. I'm looking at that little baby Villanova team on the Knicks that you have with DiVincenzo, Hart, and Hart been getting triple doubles and going crazy as of late, and Brunson, and I'm just looking at McCall literally down the block. Yeah. And I'm like, bruh.
You don't even got to move houses.
I'm like, yo, you add McCall to that, man.
Is that a realistic thing?
because they Knicks, by the way, made a great move for OG. OG, even though he's been injured a lot, made a great move for OG. And then also, there's another player that they added on additionally. I'm mad that I'm forgetting it, but McCall is somebody that we're probably going to go get because Donovan Mitchell's out of the picture now. You don't need a Donovan Mitchell now that you made the moves that y'all made. So... And you don't have the assets to go get them, but shit working now. Yeah. So now it's like, no, you just need like a last piece of the puzzle. That's all y'all need. You don't need no number one. You have your one. You have your one. And Brunson, I'm hoping Brunson has proved to everybody this season, I am the one. Number one. Yeah. Don't worry. If I have these guys around me, we're good.
Was you talking about Shake Milton? That they got?
Was he the new player
Shake
that they
Milton,
got?
They got ever since getting
I feel like they got OG, or maybe it's more so that they got rid of two play. They got Grimes.
They got
out
Bogdanovich.
Of there. They got Bogdanovich. Y'all Bogdanovich. A legitimate scorer.
And Alec Burks. That's
Alec
crazy.
Burks, like, bruh. Yeah, like they made plays, man.
That is
and
tough.
now I'm on some. If they get,
I was like, am I reading this right?
Because this is the thing.
Yeah.
The whole season, we were under the belief that Donovan was out of here after the season. They're saying
the Cavaliers.
Yeah,
okay.
That was the report when the season was like, yo, he's leaving.
Yeah.
You know, but I think Cleveland thinks changed his mind because they've been doing really fucking good this season as a basketball team.
Yeah.
And there's real promise there. If you keep it like that, that's a real team for the future.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking what you have to understand in the league, I feel like with a lot of these young players, stuff like that, it's like, look, the grass is not always greener. And just because you're
sometimes you do have to build, and sometimes you're gonna get close, and you gotta try again.
Yeah, bro,
you gotta keep trying.
Stop
like
leaving.
Yeah, exactly.
Like good situations really don't come by like that.
It takes. I mean, look at Milwaukee. Look at Denver. You know what I'm saying?
Keep
Giannis and Jokic, they was there trying for a minute. Like I feel like Embiid eventually might get a real knock at it, but like he's been he's been in Philly for a minute.
Moving is not always the best.
Yeah,
move,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to really build, because you need some form of consistency, you know what I'm saying, over seasons. Like, I feel like that's why we see Boston always have these like magnificent regular seasons, right? Because they kind of really know how to play with each other. You know what I'm saying?
They go and get it.
Yeah,
you know
they keep knocking too.
And they're young.
I'm glad that they haven't like blown it up. But we'll see how far they get this year.
They've kind of set the standard so high on themselves because they've done shit at an early age. It's like, yo, bro. Let's not get jaded by them. They've been to a finals and 4 conference finals, and their fucking best players are 27, 26. No vet Al Horford, shout out to him, but like, bro, they're really just doing it by them. There ain't no. Now you have a championship.
Now you got Drew Holiday. Now you got Kristaps Porzingis. That's like another good player.
So let's see what it looked like having some championship pedigree now going into the playoffs. Let's see what that looked like. And Drew Holiday being the only player I've ever seen ice Damian Lillard in a playoff series. Like
that's gonna come in handy one day.
Was on the Pelicans with AD. They iced the Blazers 4-0 sweep. I remember that. And Damian averaged 17. And guess who they fucking traded him away for? Damian. So like, will we see that, Matt? Like, you know, so it's real interesting, right? So the Bucks is also getting their flow, and Damian finally getting the groove. You know, we're waiting to see that. So now, you know, we're like, Doc came in and it was like, bro, what the fuck?
They went like 3-6, 3-7.
Yo, what the fuck going on? But now they're getting into that groove. But you know, we were talking about the move, and I think a very interesting team, right? You know, in the West. You know, we have to shout out the Rockets. Definitely want to give the Rockets love because
I love bro. The Rockets have been balling lately.
They're balling their ways to literally they're in a play-in position. They're trying to get to the play, trying to get that eighth and just be in that playoff, right? So that shit's really crazy.
What other teams are around there?
So you have the Lakers. They have the Lakers that are the eighth.
The Warriors,
we're the 8th seed, and I think the Rockets may be the 9th. The Warriors are right there at the 10th. And who else is like right at the 7th is like the Suns.
Yeah.
You know, and there's not too many games at all that separate them. And I think the funny thing is, I think one team that is really surprised at how their season went is the Suns. I think they're really like, yo, I don't know what it is, but I don't know if that team clicking all the way, right?
Yeah.
And it's weird because I don't know why having the thoughts where I'm like, does Durant stay on this team?
I'm weak.
I'm really like, does he though?
Yeah.
I don't see Durant riding off into the sunset and retiring a Sun. I don't see it. I think Durant really thought there was going to be real championship, maybe dynasty aspirations coming here. It's not the case.
But again,
and I'm
we're talking about patience, right? Do you think
to me, bro? It's not a
it's not here.
Thing.
It's not like, but
the
also
whole
like
season that's coming. There is no groove with them. It's not. I'm like, bruh. last season was you had half the troops were gelling and all of that. And
he got there last season, right? In the middle of last season?
Exactly. So that
he got traded in the middle of last season.
And then you had a whole offseason.
But then Brad Beal was hurt for most of this year.
Right. But I'm like, but to me, I think that had more of a demoralizing effect on the team instead of the team is now on some wait till next year when we're out. Bro, Bradley Beal is an injury-prone player. That is him. That is actually his MO these past 4 years. Yeah. So, like, he's getting older. That's him.
Yeah.
And it was always
more injuries, not less.
Bro, 100%. And I'm like, unfortunately, and I'm like, Sarah and Eric Gordon's disgruntled. And I'm like, I'm sure because I know he was coming.
Why? Because of IT coming there?
Not necessarily because of IT, but because of
he just been disgruntled.
I think he's coming off of Bahamas. They had a really good FIBA run, and Eric Gordon was the number one option. And then coming to the Suns, he maybe thought he was going to have a real role, and to be subjected to being, Grayson Allen's had a great year.
Yeah, Grayson
to be
Allen's
subjected to being the fifth or sixth option, sometime fourth to fifth or sixth option on the team is kind of like. But then when everybody injured, all right, we need you. Like I feel like Eric Gordon's just kind of like I don't like my role on this team in a situation, and I think. I don't know if you've seen how KD's been playing these past couple of games, but he's been like mad, like uninterested, like to the point it's like, bro.
You could tell he's uninterested.
Come on, KD.
Really?
What? Like, Devin Booker going against 105s, and I'm like, and KD's right there, but he's not like demanding it or like he's just like whatever.
Yeah.
But 2 weeks ago, you were just dropping 40 points back to back to back. But
I remember
now it's not like if you're off, you're off.
Yeah.
It's another thing to not be.
He's not aggressive.
You're not. You don't
trying.
You don't care.
Yeah,
that's like obvious. You're not trying, bro. I don't know if that's if you're on some do it yourself. I don't know if that's something background. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's just kind of like playoffs is coming. Y'all are in a position where you better make sure you're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Did not see that for this team.
They're in 8th.
And yeah, bro.
But you know what's crazy?
So it's weird. It's weird. Like at least I like with the Lakers, we're winning games, but I still don't like the fact that look at the Lakers. We're in the bottom.
They're
We're not even in it. Like playing again. We're not good. Like the top teams are really the top.
The Rockets are one
really
spot
like that.
behind.
The Thunder really like
the
that.
play-in. But the top teams. So the top 3 teams are within 2 games of each other.
Crazy.
Yeah.
The Warriors just haven't played as much, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or they've lost some.
And then the next fucking from 4 to 9, from 4 to 8, they're within 2 games of each other.
That shit could change.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just crazy.
That shit could change. There's 11 games left, so yeah, it could definitely change up.
This whole thing could change up.
For some 10 to 11 games for people.
That's crazy.
Mavericks, man. Mavericks are the dark horse for me.
Bro, I feel like every time I see a Kyrie, bro, every time I get on YouTube, I see a crazy Kyrie highlight, dog. Like, Kyrie is having a crazy year, bro.
He's healthy, and he doesn't have to
Kyrie
be the
is
number
having
one,
a crazy year.
He is really feeling free and good and no stressing.
Yeah.
Kyrie is literally on some
him and Luka are really like
they work.
Him and really it's crazy because like they're like two of the same player.
People thought that how is it gonna happen? They're two bro? They work so great off each other. And Tim Hardaway complements so well. And then the best moves were the shit they pulled at the trade deadline, getting Garrett off the Wizards. I forget their center.
Oh, Gafford. Yeah, Gafford is tough.
PJ Washington off the Hornets. He's not a scrub.
Oh,
These are
shit.
real players.
PJ Washington. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Now the Mavericks are live. You cannot sleep on it.
And what's crazy was when Gafford was on the Wizards, I didn't realize he was tough. I would see his name every now and then, but I didn't realize what was going on. Ever since he's been in Dallas, he's been, you know what I'm saying?
You just get lobs.
Yeah.
Just lobs. Luka
because you got two crazy playmakers on your team,
bro. You just get to eat. Just get to eat.
That's crazy.
Easy.
Yeah.
So
the Mavericks are looking good. Kyrie's looking good this year.
Hey, yo, shout out to the Wolves, man. Shout out to the Wolves. Really great season.
What do you think?
1 win away from 50 wins. Really.
What do you think Where do you think they go realistically in the playoffs? Do you think they go deep in playoffs, like Western Conference Finals, or?
I think they could get to the Western Conference.
Yeah.
You know what? And they got a slim chance.
Going to the finals.
You know why?
Are they really that? Yeah.
You know why? Because they are one of the best teams defensively, and they could play. They could play that fast court with you, and they could play that half court. Because they got so many. And Karl Anthony Towns gonna be back in time for the playoffs as well too. Got that meniscus. He had that meniscus.
Yeah.
He's gonna be back. Nas Reed showing up, stepping out. Conley with the leadership, but bro, that boy Anthony Edwards,
tough,
he got a gene in him, man.
He got that dog.
He got a gene in him. He got that dog, and he won it, and he's not afraid of the moment, and he don't give a fuck who they gotta play. He don't play whoever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bruh, that's not really a matchup that a lot of teams want for real. And they proved it throughout the season. A lot of people, I was even talking to my boy Drew, he's like, bro, they're going to fall off. Don't worry. Like, when it was 17 games in, 20 games, 30 games in, you're like, bro, don't worry. And I'm like, after that game with the Pacers, bro, I don't know if you've seen it, where Anthony Edwards literally hit the last 8 points and then the fucking block for the, like,
to win the game,
bro. That game, like, bro,
nigga smacked his head on the rim.
That game changed a lot of like people. Like, I know basketball heads, they're like, bro, I ain't gonna hold. Like, seeing that sequence have it happen, that is like, that's some great. That's greatness right there, man. And I'm like, that boy won it, and he had 44 in that game, and he been killing it. He been killing this whole game, and he's doing this shit that I would wish, like Tatum. Sometime I'd be like, even though Celtics collectively as a team, I really think they're gonna be hell in the playoffs for sure. Even though I like how the Bucks stepping up, but I'd be on some Tatum, like, take this shit over, bro. I know this team effort wins and all that, but I know in the playoffs, you're gonna need to be dropping 30, bro. Like, there's gonna be a series where it's gonna need to be Tatum time, bro. And the thing about him and Brown is, Brown got more of a dog in him, but Tatum is better. Tatum is better, but Brown won't be winning that shit, and he's getting paid the most in the league. So he gotta move like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, Tatum, it's gonna come down to if you want that shit. Y'all could win the finals this season, bro. Like, they could win it, but it's gonna come down to you, not no collective. No, bro. Plus, you need to show out and be a superstar.
So you saying you want,
because Anthony Edwards want that shit, and when I say that too, I'm saying that also with this face of the league context looming over. Because I'm like,
everybody talking about they should be face of the league.
It's weird. Anthony Edwards is not the best player in the league. There are a couple players better than him, but it's so weird how the branding, it just fit. It's like, it would fit him.
I feel like he's just like the most exciting player right now.
It would fit him, man, and like. The fact they doing well and all that, and it looks like he keeps getting better. I thought there was like, he's almost at the cap. I'm like, bruh, this boy looking like he gonna keep on getting better. His handle's crazy. His 3-pointer's pretty good. Plays defense. He's a high riser. Love the game. Like, really, the personality, the charisma is a multiplier effect on all of that. Because the thing about Shay's a fucking superstar too, but he's mad chill. Mad, just let the game talk. I'm a cool guy. You know, really, like, that's his brand. I'm a cool guy. Look at my IG post though. Like, I'm spanking I'm spanking on IG. Like, it's different. Luka sometimes be the asshole. Sometimes he's not likable, you know, sometimes, but Luka's but superstar. And it's just like, bruh, it just fit.
I hear that.
You know?
I hear that.
Ja, that's how we feel about Ja. Before all that shit happening, we're like, Ja, the face of the, we know he's not the best.
And that's what I was saying. Like, there's so many players. There's so many players that are, because earlier I said Anthony Edwards probably the most exciting player right now. But like, there's so many players that, because you said Shai. Like, I love watching Shai Gilgeous-Alexander play. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, we were talking earlier about like who should be MVP.
It should be him.
It should be him. But it's gonna, of course, but also too, it's like you cannot argue against Jokic. You know what I'm saying?
Whoever ends number one at the end of the day,
that
whoever
person
ends number one. Look at the record. Look at the record. Look at that.
Oh shit, Jokic.
Whoever ends number one will get it, man.
Jokic, Shai, or Anthony Edwards.
Whoever gets number one will get it.
That's crazy, but that wouldn't even be number one in the league, though. Boston has 57 wins. That's crazy.
But Tatum not getting that MVP. He not getting that MVP. because there have been too many of those premier games where he fell up short.
Or that's
you know?
But I'm about to say, like, the team is good. Nice.
No, for the
team is nice.
Picture,
like, Tatum can have 25 and they beat you by 30 points. Like,
that's why I added just the face of the league context to that. That because if that's weighing in the threshold and the MVP and shit, that's where it's like Tatum shit his case kind of falls. But yeah, like, Celtics are to be feared for sure. That's not. They're to be feared. But I'm glad to see Milwaukee catching a stride, though. But the East, man, is going to be one hell of a playoffs. It's going to be one hell of a playoffs. Yeah. One hell of a playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, the Pacers still right. The Pacers are in 6th. We haven't even mentioned them. Yeah. The Heat.
I think they're just going to give people hell in terms of, like, scoring, but I think they'll just be a hard
Pacers,
out.
I don't know. Yeah, like, I don't
They'll be a hard out.
I don't even know where their offense comes from. I know they got Mathurin and Halliburton, but like
Miles Turner is the second.
Oh, Miles Turner.
So you got to add him. Yeah, Miles Turner and Buddy Hield also be hit.
Oh yeah,
I mean, he got traded.
Hield.
He's with the Sixers actually. No.
Okay, yeah. Facts.
I mean, Tyler is really by committee. That's why I'm like. That's why it's like, it isn't too crazy to be feared. They are a true team that is another option away. They need one more. Yeah. They need a bona fide scorer right there. You know.
Yeah.
But they'll be a hard out because they can hit. Everybody could get 10 points on that team. Like, so sometimes that shit be.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
damn,
looking at the East, none of these teams really look. I mean,
top 4. It's the top 4.
It's the top four, and then outside of from 5 to 10, it's like all those teams are just kind of gonna like fight amongst each other, which could make for some interesting series.
This is the thing, though.
But like,
Embiid will be back. And then
really?
Heat are the Heat.
He is coming back this year?
Yep, he's coming back for the playoffs, and the Heat are the Heat. So I'm just like, that's why the East has parity, man. It got parity.
Yeah.
It got some parity to it. Like, yo, that's going to be mad interesting.
That's facts.
That's going to be mad interesting,
the Heat's in at 7th.
Because the Sixers are not supposed to be 8th. They are not 8th seed if Embiid doesn't get
they're not
you know
they're not an 8th seed. So that's facts.
And if they're playing the Celtics first round, that's crazy. Oh, my God. That's so crazy. That's going to be so crazy, bro. It's going to be so crazy. Woo.
Yeah.
Can't wait, bro.
Yeah, man. We're winding down the NBA season. It should be fun.
Can't wait.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
For sure, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Subscribe if you haven't.
Subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying?
All that, man.
And
more content coming on the way.
Yeah.
Early